Benji Eisen from Filter Magazine and the Bonnaroo Beacon and Cold Turkey. This question is for all of you one by one. Bonnaroo is seen as a jam band festival. Whether or not that's accurate is another question. But when did each of you become aware of the jam band scene and the word and the term?
The interesting thing, though, if I can add about jam bands, I don't know anybody. I know a lot of people who use the term, but I don't know anyone who's ever like self-proclaimed a jam band. And this might be controversial, but to me, I don't know if anyone agrees, jamming implies low expectation for high output. Like, let's find a couple chords and let's just get as much playing as, because you get out what you put in, and I've learned that in the last week playing with Herbie. I mean, there's a lot of X's to stand on. It's not jamming. I mean, it's performing. And there's a lot of it's like stage blocking in a play, you know. And jamming to me has always carried a slightly lazy connotation in terms of, well, let's not think, let's just play as much as possible, you know. And it's interesting how whenever someone says you want to come over and jam, I always say no. If someone says you want to come over and write some stuff, form a structure, and that's the thing too. Is like, I asked Herbie last night in between the encore, I said, how much of those old records are just improvised? He said, well, you know, not really, not a lot of it. I mean, there are forms that come in. I think jam sometimes is, let's get as much out with putting as little in as possible. And I've always gravitated to people who put as much in as possible, because those are the moments that you think are scripted, but they're not, you know. Look, Herbie, we're having a dialogue. You guys are jamming.
Yeah, right.